Kristallnacht 1938. It is a moment of unforgettable pictures and experience. And I'll very quickly come to my very own story. Imagine going to school in the morning on a sunny day in Berlin on the bicycle, expecting nothing evil. An hour into the class, the director of the school herself, Dr. Leonora Goldschmidt, came running around and said, "Go home, get to your bicycle, hurry up. We are surrounded by Hitler Youth and by SS and SA. They are throwing stones. Don't make eye contact." Yes, I made it home. But there is something that you cannot avoid, and that's a touch of culture shock and fear, because my family had lived a totally integrated life in Germany until the little town of East Prussia, with Hitler coming into their government, suddenly found us, 5 boys in the whole school, isolated because we were Jews, we were outsiders, we should be beaten up, and the teachers could not defend us because they would lose their job. My father moved us to Berlin. There was a Jewish directorship in this particular school, and we had a smooth sailing for about a year. My father's career as a lawyer was finished. He was not allowed to go to court any longer. And naturally, there was the possibility of finding a way to get out of Germany. But my father was an eternal optimist. Hitler is a madman. What can they do? The German people will realize that this cannot last. And now, my flashback to Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass. I ran back from school. The director told us to do that. I got home. My parents were very worried, and I really had a sort of culture shock because our life was integrated, and now all of a sudden we were outsiders again. And I was 12, I was almost 13 years old, put away the calculators. I was being prepared for bar mitzvah, to become an adult. However, it was very difficult because coming home, my mother walked me to the window, and what I saw was smoke. And the smoke was from the Fasanstrasse synagogue 2 blocks away, where the bar mitzvah was going to take place. Everything was postponed, and my father said, "Here is 20 Deutschmark, go around the corner to the bank and get some change." We didn't know why, but we went. Then we found out that he was among those thousands being picked up as head of families, and when we came back, he was gone, and my mother was frantic. And then, at that moment, I saw more of broken glass on the main street where Jewish shops were famous. Rosenheim, don't know what the names are anymore, but the pictures of Jude scrabbled on the glass and smashed, the looting, the mob, the screaming, was something that I shall never forget. It's a picture engraved in one's mind, and whatever the future brings, I can only say that it prepared me for anticipation, no, but the possibility that your life can change from one day to the very next, and it taught me to remain flexible. Yes, we made it, finally, left Berlin. My father was released 3 weeks later, before the frost set in, which eliminated people's toes, fingers, and made them very, very sick. My father was released under the pretense of, well, there was a middleman, and he managed to say, there's some property to be sold, and they're Jews, and they must sell it, and they're working on the immigration. Well, the immigration, unfortunately, did not come through until 1940, when we were on our way to Holland. And again, after 2 days of milk and honey in Holland, the Germans invaded, and we were in the Blitz of Rotterdam, bombed out with 700 other people off the street, internees, of which 400 died. Fate has a very strange thing of surprising you, and I hope that all of us can have only positive surprises, or make the right choice to preserve our brain power and head in the right direction. But 1938, November, will never be forgotten. Thank you.